Than what's up on the tee box. I've been talking to my spotter Jim, and he says you can barely feel any wind down there. But if you look at this flagstick, it is just absolutely flickering. Now, these players are smart, as we know. They're all very talented juniors, so they're watching each other go. The first tee shot that went off went long of the green, so everybody backed off. So the next three shots found themselves a little bit shorter. Only one has found the green as these boys make their way up here to this 14th. Smiles so far. It rained for just a little bit. You can feel the moisture in the air right now, and I think that's something that we really are going to have to keep an eye on, because that's obviously going to affect ball flight, etc. as well. Not too much movement in terms of the scoreboard just yet. Obviously, everybody's sort of just getting underway as this division teed off at right around 11 o'clock. Current leader is Carson Kitsley. He is 3 under through 4 today, over on 8. Drew Rice is currently 2 under. The first to play here is going to be Trevor Leeds. He was the first to tee off and went a little bit long, so unfortunately he's got an awkward stance here. He's going to be in a little bit of a tricky spot. Andrew Jenkins in this group. He's the young man with the white hat checking out his shot over on that far right side. Plays out of the Winston-Salem Club. Not sure if Trevor Leeds is going to be first to play here or if it will be Landon O'Hara. Looks like Landon's going to give it a go. Landon O'Hara, nice shot here. Not happy with it, of course, but has that for a par. Nice chip here. Snuggled that up close, so that'll be his opportunity for par. And that brings up Trevor Leeds. Well, nice idea there by Leeds. He was trying to do the right thing and kind of dive into that hill to get it to bounce around, but just a little bit too much on that one. All right, let's head back over to course number 1, where Rhea is standing by and some birdies lurking around the greens, Rhea.
All right, we've got Mia Hart here tapping in for her par. She just gave it a run from the center of the green. This is actually Paisley Frida. She had some trouble with the back bunker over here. Getting cleaned up for a bogey. Good putt by Paisley. And Mia Hart now lining up her birdie putt just from great position right underneath the hole. She hit one of the better tee shots into this hole that I've seen. I'm sorry, this is Blair White. I'm sorry. Blair tapping in for her par. Again, that rain coming in, adding to the challenge of the day. We are going to head over to Steve.
All right. The group over here on the fourth hole right now is a group of Jack Zeta, Brandon Zhang, and Mark Mitrovic. And we'll see who is going to play first here. Looks like Mitrovic will have the first putt. All three players safely aboard, left of the hole location. But some 30 to 40 feet away, just completely shying away from this very dangerous hole location. Any miss on the right here is really punishing. This one down the hill, slightly breaking from left to right as the pitter-patter of rain finds its way over here. And that one is nicely judged. That'll be an easy cleanup there. All right, next up will be Brandon Zhang. Oh, Mitrovic's just going to tap his in for the easy par. All right, now it's Brandon. This is going to be a glove-on putt here. Not everybody putts with their glove on their left hand. This one going to be down the hill, a little speedy here for sure. And that one's not going to be getting up to the hole. That'll be about 3.5 feet short for Brandon's par effort. All right, now, Jack Zeta here, going brave with no hat today, especially as this rain kind of starts to come down. Trying to get it to go for the birdie. 2. Yes, there we go. And a fist pump. Maybe that's the secret to make a birdie here. Wear no hat. I think I'm going to try that. That is the first birdie we've seen here today. This hole, 127 yards, but it is playing very challenging with these gusty winds, but really well judged there by Jack Zeta. Yeah, just a little cleanup left for Brandon Zhang. Yeah, rock solid right there. One birdie and a couple pars here at the fourth. Let's head over to Nick on course number 5.
All right, thanks, guys. Well, a couple of pars and a bogey down here just for that group that just ended up coming through. A nice one by Trevor Leeds, by the way. He ended up saving that par attempt with a beautiful putt. And how about the birdie there by Christopher Morrow? Now we go back up to the top. It's Connor Wolf, Hayward Jennings, Reed Jesse, and Keynes Cameron. And they are taking a good long look at this wind. It has definitely been a point of contention for these players trying to figure it out. And it is just swirling up there. And they're taking their time on these tee boxes. Keynes Cameron first to play. But again, you know what? This is what we've been seeing all day long here, guys. It's a conscious change about 2 or 3 times, and these wind gusts, and you can hear it, and you can see it and feel it right now. A good indicator is that flag stick that's behind the players on the tee box. That's on 13 green. The problem is that wind direction is different than the way it's blowing down here. Cameron Keynes has finally settled on a club. He's been over this ball for a good while, trying to contemplate what he's going to do. All right, Keynes away. This one might be a little... Yep, right in the middle of the green. That's the safe play, and that's what you do when you're indecisive like he was over that ball. No need to attack that pin in a tricky position. It's up in the front right back corner, and it's right on the precipice of a crown, almost a Donald Ross-esque crown like you would see on 2. All right, Reed Jesse is next up to play. Interesting, the leaders for the boys 15 to 18 are currently on course number 8, which is traditionally a lot harder than course number 5. Reed Jesse, he's attacking this pin a little bit more. And he'll find himself safely on the front and roll on, and that's going to funnel almost down to where we saw that first ball land. Nice shot. Hayward Jennings next up to play. Good swing on it. Wants it to move a little bit left. Yeah, and for good reason. That ball will find the false side on the right of the flag. He went right after the flag, but that just finds its way down into the gully. That's going to be a difficult chip, especially where that pin is positioned and the undulation that he's facing. My mistake earlier. This is actually Keen's Cameron. Wind picking up, rain picking up here on 5 as well. Keen's ball is away, and he's safely on that left-hand side. So not too much carnage over here currently on hole number 14. All right, let's head back out to Rhea Scott, who I hope is staying dry over on course number 1, Rhea.
Staying dry, huddled behind some trees here behind the green, doing what we can. Players look like some umbrellas are starting to pop up, so looks like they're doing a good job managing. Kirsten Bodge here is on the tee. She's a Penn State commit. Also from Pennsylvania. Neat to see players going to school in their home state. Couple wind gusts really picking up. Can hear it and see it in the trees and the movement. Looking good. Really nice safe play right at the center of the green for Kirsten. Catherine Bowie is up next. The predominant wind direction has this wind should be coming from the players' backs and a little bit from right to left. Interesting to see the flag kind of change directions there as Kirsten was hitting, but now we're back on track here with that really strong downwind. Oh, Catherine may have lost her footing there, maybe from the wind or maybe the tee marker. Hope she's okay there. Compose herself, get ready to hit her shot. Lots of wind checks, lots of backing off from what I've seen today. Gotta stay decisive in this wind. Perhaps players are waiting for a gust to settle. For From here, looks like she's aimed out to the right side of this green. With that drawing ball flight, drew it right there, right at the front, spun back a little bit, took some of that slope. Jillian Burks, also from Pennsylvania, rounding out this group. Looks like Jillian played here last year, finished 9th in the 2024 edition of the Donald Ross. Jillian was selected for the U.S. State development teams in Pennsylvania, so she's part of Team Pennsylvania. Works with a good buddy up there, John Dunnigan. Nice high flight there, might come up a little bit short. Looks like it might have caught that front bunker there. And let's send it to Steve to see what's going on with the boys.
All right, we've had some interesting shots happen over here, but a couple birdie putts await here. This one coming down the hill, Luke Valkovitz here. He'll come up about 3 feet short. All right, now this is Samuel Vink right here. He's had a really troublesome hole. Missed the green to the right. Took him 3 shots to get to this point. This for double bogey down the hill. And he's had some good success as of late, has Samuel, though. He played for Tabaqua High School. He's a freshman. Shot 2 over par recently to win the boys' title at the Schuylkill League Golf Individual Championship at Schuylkill Country Club. That's in the Philadelphia area. All right, let's head over to Nick for a birdie putt here on the course 5.
All right, thanks, Steve. This is Reed Jesse with an opportunity for birdie here after his tee shot safely found the middle of the green. I'm giving that one a good whap. Shouldn't have too much left there for a par. And this is Connor Wolf. Connor also found the middle of this green, so no problem there. He's got this for a birdie as well. Just burned by the edge. Tricky putt to read, especially if you're down in the middle of that green, because it's not fully two-tiered, but the way they have the pin set is just on this crest, so it falls off dramatically to the left and to the right of it. Just a little cleanup right here. Connor Wolf, easy tap in for a par. This is Hayward Jennings. He has this for par. No problem for Hayward Jennings. A couple of pars to get things going. 2 more attempts. Reed Jesse hit his very solidly, but just past the hole. Shouldn't have too much trouble with this one. Just taking an extra look at it. Reed Jesse, a par. And Keens Cameron will have this for par as well. We'll watch him clean it up here and send you on your way. All pars here at number 14 on 5. Let's go back to Rhea Scott on 1.
Back here on course 1, hole number 9. Catherine Bowie looks to be putting first here. Good birdie look up the hill. Green's getting a little bit slower with a little bit of the water on it. Something that I've learned over the years is that anytime water gets on the greens, it changes things by at least one number on the stimp. If you recall, Catherine's shot just spun back just a little bit on that front section of the green there. Good solid putt by Catherine. Just a tough one to get it to the hole and get it up that hill. Good solid par for Catherine. Kirsten Bodge here from the center of the green, nice and pin high. A little bit of a slider. Again, ever since we've seen that little bit of rain come through, we've seen players just have a harder time getting the ball to the hole on these birdie putts. All right, let's see what's going on over there with Nick on course number 5.
Oh, well, timing is everything. We just missed a hole-in-one. Beautiful shot by Ivan Domajinko, and he was able to just absolutely nail it. Landed it about 30 feet in front of the pin and just let it track right in. A beautiful hole-in-one. Oh, goodness. Jay Harrison next to play. It's a 3-ball here. Went right at it as well. And again, that wind wreaking havoc, so that ball will hit the backside and fall off. Incredible shot. Jake Valentine next up to play. This one is on the left-hand side. It's got to move a little bit right. Yeah, all right, not bad. I saw that one. The wind played havoc with it. So one on the green, one in the hole, and one just over the backhand side. We'll see if we can't grab Ethan here in a moment. All right, for now, let's go over to Steve Scott. Steve, a hole-in-one over here, buddy.
Yeah, that's pretty wild. Well, no holes in one here yet, but that is some unbelievable stuff right there. And the wind is going up and going down. Now it's back up into these players' face, some 15 miles an hour. This is the group of Ari Stuchner, Houston Teffenbrunn, Cooper Tomlin, and Eli Townsend. That was Teffenbrunn there. Two balls on the green, one ball missing the green. This should be Eli Townsend here. Swinging away. Got to be, I would say, a 9-iron, maybe a little chippy 8-iron here for these players. That ball has also missed the green in unknown parts. All right, let's talk back to the hole-in-one man back there on course number 5.
I'll tell you what, it's one thing getting a chance to call golf on this hallowed grounds, but to be able to watch a kid get a hole-in-one at the Donald Ross Junior Championship is another, and it was Ethan Domazenko who dunks it. He's got a big old smile on his face. We're going to see if we can't get him over here to have a chat with us here in just a moment, but right now just sort of soaking it in, and a beautiful. I'm taking their time. I would have gone right to the hole. I mean, I've never had a hole-in-one before, but I would have gone right to it. He's going to do that right now. He's taking his time, but Ethan Domazenko heading over there. Gotta like this. There we go. Ethan Domazenko with an ace at the par 3 14th. That's where he landed. Like I said, about a 25 footer manages to just stick that one. We'll see if we can talk to him in just a moment here. Jay Harrison. He's going to take an extra look at it. It was cool to see the reaction on the tee box. Everybody pretty stoked for Ethan. We're going to have Ethan come with us, and we're going to bring on a little guest commentary here and ask him about his hole-in-one as his fellas come in here. All right, Ethan. Well, that was kind of fun.
Yeah, it definitely was. Big gust of wind in my backswing. Just happened to, I don't know, got lucky and hit it right on the flag, went in.
What were you thinking? What'd you have in your hand there, club-wise?
Had an 8-iron. I was just trying to go middle of the green, but yeah.
All right, stay with me for a second here. Jay Harrison has this chip on the backside. He attacked that pin too. Oh, tough chip shot. Well done, though. Snuggles that up for a tap-in par. All right, so have you had a hole-in-one before?
I have. This is my 3rd.
Oh, come on now.
Yeah.
All right, how's this one rank in terms of the other ones?
Definitely the top, because before I was really young. I was like 11 when I made my first 2, so definitely number 1.
Did you know it went in before I hollered at you?
Yeah, I think I just saw it disappear, and guys in my group seemed pretty excited, so.
How's it going so far? I know you're just getting your round started.
Pretty good. This makes it a lot better, though.
An eagle's never a bad thing. You got to take an ace.
Never.
Not bad at all. All right, well, I'll keep you with us for just 1 second here. Jake Valentine with a long one for birdie. Played it safe, uphill, gonna move a little bit to the left. That's gotta sit. Oof, he's gonna put that onto the fringe. I'll let you go celebrate with the boys. I'm sure you want to say, who's your mom or dad, everybody?
Dad, yep.
All right, we'll go give Dad a big hug and then get back in your focus. Thanks for talking with us.
Thank you so much.
All right, thanks, Ethan. Well, how about that? All right, Jake Valentine's going to take a long look at this one for par, but let's hand it over to Steve Scott. He's on number 4.
All right, well, we've got a kind of intermixed here with some, there have been a few threesomes that have come through, and now we've got a foursome right here. Always interesting with pace of play when those sorts of things happen, but given the numbers of players, we got over 80 players in the field here in the boys 12 to 14 playing course number 4 today. And next up to putt. This should be Houston Teffenbrunn here. Really nice effort. Just a pin that the players have shied away from. Only 9 feet to the right of this hole. Goes down some 30 feet down an embankment, and the dormant Bermuda grass really accentuates how far that ball rolls. Now, this is Cooper Tomlin here, working down the hill. This is for birdie. For birdie. Yes, there we go. That's the action we want to see. You wear a red shirt, you make a red number. That is a birdie 2 there for Cooper Tomlin. That was fantastic. Only the second birdie we've seen here today at the 4th since we've been out here for a good hour plus now. All right, this should be Eli Townsend here. He missed the green to the left in the greenside bunker. This will be a par effort from some 13 to 15 feet. Not a whole lot of break to this one. Actually, it's a bit of a fooler. It's easy to miss to the left. There's a bit of a slope that almost pushes the ball towards the back of the green, towards where the camera is sitting right now. So let's see if Eli can read this one properly. Just off the mark. That'll be a bogey 4 for Townsend. They will head down the chasm, back up the hill to the very difficult par 4 5th. These players battling the elements today. The rain has stopped. Any portion of rain that we saw come through here, just a little smattering of pellets coming through. And these players will work their way over this course number 4 here. All right, let's head back over to course number 5 and Nick is money.
Oh, we're going to be the hot hand now. I see what's happening. We get 1 hole in 1 here, and everybody's on board with course number 5 now. Glad to have you guys here, the par 3. It is actually the easiest hole in the golf course, as I've said a couple of times, but it is playing difficult despite the hole in 1, and players are just really trying to decide what they're supposed to do. That weather, as Steve said, has pretty much moved out. And guys, just misjudging this. We've got 1 ball long, 1 ball short, 1 ball left of center, middle of the green, and then that ball right there, that'll just find the bunker. That was Jose Vega who found his way down into that right side there. So everybody off the tee here and on their way down to the green, but certainly the reverberation of excitement has gotten back to them about the hole in 1 just a moment ago. All right, well, while Warner, Snyder, Vega, and Adams make their way down the hill here to the green, let's check out some birdies over on 1 with Rhea.
Ever Ezel over here, just off the green on the right. She actually gets to play with her twin sister, Scout, in the same group, which is kind of fun. Wonder how much that happens in tournament competition for them. Nice players from Georgia. Ever is 1 over on the day through 5 holes. Her sister Scout looking at a long putt here. Back left corner of the green. Going to the right corner. Again, players have been having a hard time gauging the speed of this putt ever since that water came on the greens. And you got to think that with the wind as strong as it is, the wind affecting some of the speed judgment as well. Come on down for her. Pretty good pace for a long putt like that for Scout. And Olivia Erasmussen getting ready for her putt. Similar spot as Scout. Hopefully she took a good look at hers to just help gauge pace. Olivia looks like it needs to go a little bit more. And she will have some work left to do there, but nothing she can't handle. We are going to go back to Nick Gismondi on course 5, hole 14. What's going on over there, Nick?
All right, thanks guys very much. This is Tyler Warner. He's found himself long of the green, so this is for birdie. Oh, wow, well played. Find the hole. Nicely done. Tyler Warner will have a tap in for par after his tee shot went long. Right when he hit, there was a huge gust of wind that kicked up. That flag was cooking. And now it's just dead still down here. All right, so Tyler Warner, he's all set and squared away. This brings up Jeff Adams. He had a chip, flubbed that one, now has this one. So this is for par for Jeff Adams. And that's going to run away, so a tough bogey putt uphill back to the left for him. Bodie Snyder has this for birdie. That putt's going to move hard left, needs to slow down. Oh, it just grazes the edge of the cup. But Bodie Snyder will have a little bit to clean up there. Just a little tap in for par. He's going to take a mark on that, though, and give it a good look. Jose Vega. This is also for birdie. Popular position. We've seen a lot of players play it safe over here to the left. It avoids the traps. Shortest distance over the water, but lends for a very difficult putt. This is going to be uphill, moving from right to left, and there's a lot more uphill there than he saw. It's a steep grade down in that little gully. So quite a bit left there for Jose for par. He's going to take a look at this one, and unfortunately the worst sentence you can hear in golf, you're still away. A sentence my cameraman Stan has never once heard. Such a good putter, I would have given him that last one. Alright, so Jose Vega here has to make this for par. It's going to move to the left on him. Still uphill. Vega. Oh, and it didn't die down left on him. Tough 3-putt there. Tap in for 4. All right, Vega all squared away. This is Jeff Adams, also for par or a bogey. Oh, goodness. Snuck it in the back door. A nice bogey save for Jeff Adams. And Bodie Snyder. He's going to clean up his par here. This one's going to move just a little bit to the right. Oh, goodness gracious. He just missed that one. Oh, so 3 bogeys and a par here over at number 14 on course 5. Let's send it back over to Rhea Scott. She's standing by on course number 1.
Back here on course number 1, we've got Sophia Afable's group, along with Kylie Bell and Mackenzie Blackledge on the tee. They started the day on hole number 3. Sophia Afable is first to hit. Sophia's from the Pinehurst area. I actually got to meet Sophia at a camp a couple of years ago. fun fact about her that I remember is that she builds her own golf clubs. Apparently she knows a ton about equipment and shafts. I believe her parents have a golf equipment company here in the area, so pretty neat for a young person to just know so much about golf clubs at this stage. She's committed to Loyola Chicago, headed there to play college golf. And I'm sure feeling a good advantage here with the conditions and some knowledge of these golf courses here at Pinehurst. Pin high, just a couple steps off that right. Kaylee Bell here is next to play. Kaylee has not had the start that she has wanted. She's 5 over through 6 holes. In the air, the shot looks right at it. Ooh, really good shot for her. Just underneath the pin there. Good look at birdie. We're going to toss it over to Nick Gismondi on course number 5.
All right, thanks, guys. Another 3-ball over here, and again, it's kind of the same thing. I'm going to try to run up to the tee box here in between shots and get a sense of what the wind is doing up there, because we're seeing just a significant variation in what these players are hitting. You've got one right now on the very front of the green, so it came up short, but tried to play it safe to the center. The first ball that was away found its way all the way to the back, almost to the cart path again. And here is shot number 3. Nicely done there. That's the idea right there. If you attack this pin, everything is going to fall off to the left and to the right. If you find the center, you're in good shape. But if you're too front of center on the front of the screen, that uphill putt that moves a lot more than they're seeing is difficult. And if you're not looking at your yardage book from the tee box there, you're not going to see that undulation in the green, because it is subtle from above but difficult down low. All right, Logan Skaggs, Danny Gimbel, and Luke Kilty, who was in the running for the Elite Invitational just a few weeks ago in Ponte Vedra, Florida, that we had here on Baby Grand Golf. In this group, we'll get them putting in just a moment, but right now, let's take a look at the scoreboard and see where things stand. Currently in the first round of the 78 Donald Ross Jr. Championship.
Sophia Afable from just off the green here. Love that she took her putter. Great pace. Should be pretty easy for her to clean up there. Again, this hole playing 126 yards. This flag, again, moving now different directions, even though that predominant wind is down and over their right shoulders. There it is. There's that flag moving the predominant direction now. It's pretty interesting to see the directions that the flag moves, you know, when it's kind of between the trees. I think that's why players really have to trust the direction that the wind is moving up above the trees and not where it's swirling down below. Mackenzie Blackledge now with her birdie putt. Nice position, center of the green. Needs some legs. Mackenzie will have that to clean up for her par. Kaylee Bell here for her birdie. Let's see if Kaylee can give this good pace here. Again, players have had a tough time getting this one up to the hole. Kaylee Bell for birdie. There it is. It's been a minute since we've seen a 2 on this hole. We will pitch it over to Nick on course number 5, see what's going on there.
Logan Skaggs, his birdie attempt here on number 14. Long lag putt, get some legs. And the man brave enough to wear shorts, who I talked to this morning, who said this is warm compared to where he's coming from in December. So Skaggs will have this to clean up for a par. He's going to throw a mark on it. And I know we're not supposed to have favorites, but this brings up one of my favorites in the field, Luke Kelty. Just an absolute fantastic kid. He's got this for a birdie. Landed this one on the back of the green. It was a real nice shot. Luke had a terrific showing at the Elite Invitational. Was in the mix, just one off the lead coming into the final, and ended up not being able to get it done. But his father, Derek, here as he was at the Elite, watching, a nice calm presence. This is Luke Kelty, his birdie attempt. This is going to be an uphill putt. That wind is pushing hard from right to left. The ball's going to want to go to the right. Kelty took a good long look at this one, and you think he's got it. Oh, just moved off of the hole, just a little bit right there. But a tap in par for Luke Kelty here, and he will safely move on to the 15th. As Kelty continues to stay in the mix. Danny Gimbel had to chip this one on to the green. He was long, so this will be his par putt. The wind is definitely factoring on the screen right now. We got a bit of rain down here in this little valley as well, so these greens are running a little slower than they were when the day started. And that one is just going to stay up top on the right, and Gimbel can't believe it. He takes a quick look at it here, and we'll just tap it in for the bogey. And Logan Skaggs, he's got this left for a par. He's going to give it a good look here, though. Logan Skaggs trickles in a par. 2 pars and a bogey. Over to Rhea.
Switching gears here, we have boys 11 and under coming through our 9th hole on course number 1. This hole is playing 109 yards for these boys. Ethan Lee hit a very nice shot on the green. You see his ball there below and left of the hole. Next to play is Angus Lamond. You'll see that parents are allowed to caddy for players 11 and under, understandably. I have an 11-year-old, and I completely understand that Not sure he would make it, so I'm really, really impressed by these guys. Angus there just came up a little short, but pretty simple chip there from the front of the green. Evan Ketchum next to play here. Love these decisive routines from the 11 and under crowd. Great shot at it, coming right at it, just a little bit right. Good shot there for Evan Ketchum. We are going to pitch it over to Steve Scott, who is... What course is he on? Is he on 5?
Yeah, Rhea, I'm over here on the 4th. This is the 4th hole on the 4th for some synergy here. We've got the group of Benjamin Sheng, Spencer Starnes, Max Steltenpole, and Jack Strickland. All 4 players have hit this putting surface. A couple long-range birdie putts right here for this quartet. And the best birdie look, we got about a 15-footer. This should be Max Steltenpole here. Even par for the tournament right now. In the top 10, only a couple shots back. 2 under par is leading in the 12 to 14 age division here. And unlike the boys 15 to 18 group that's playing number 5 and number 8, these players in the 12 to 14 division get to play number 4 all 2 rounds, plus the practice round yesterday. So, and that was Jack Strickland right there with a near miss. What a great run right there. Just a couple of feet past the hole. Strickland should be able to navigate that for his par. All right, Benjamin Sheng here recently shot his personal best, 67 in the New York State Invitational. Finished runner-up in that event, 73 the first day and a 67 on day 2. His Instagram handle, get this, is Ben Golfmaster. I love that. All right, down the hill. A little bit of a slippery one downwind as well. And the Golfmaster just slides that one past. Great birdie look right here. Coming down the hill, that one just pulls up short. I think that was Jack Strickland, actually, so that's a simple par right there. And Max Steltenpole here from Dothan, Alabama. That's where the future Masters originated and has played for all these years, and that's a nice par there for Mac. All right, one more putt here. And that's Spencer Starnes with a nice cleanup right there. All right, let's head over to course number 1 and Rhea with a few birdie putts.
We've got Ethan Lee here with a great look at birdie. Again, Ethan in the 11 and under age group for the boys. Good putt at it. Oh, he gave it a nice run there. Interesting to see the dynamic between the players and their parents. It's a fun dynamic too. See who asks for advice. And now we've got Evan Ketchum for birdie as well. Couple good runs at it. I can only imagine what it's like for these kids to be playing such a storied venue here at Pinehurst for the Donald Ross Junior Championship. Evan Ketchum looks like he's going to get cleaned up with his par. Good stroke for Evan there. Love the athleticism in which these young guys pop with. Again, fun to see the parents involved, the encouragement, the interactions. Big smiles. You can tell how proud these parents are of their children, of their young golfers who are composed and, conducting themselves so professionally. Look at Ethan Lee over here. Should move from right to left for Ethan. Great putt for Ethan. Nice cleanup for his par. Angus Lamond here. Getting cleaned up. He was just off the right front of the screen. Great. Another par. 3 pars so far in this group of 11 and under boys. Rowan Hengler. Also to clean up for his par. Look at this crew. All pars. Pretty fun. Next on the tee, we've got the group of Hudson Maychek, Jaden Nguyen, Keegan Lilly, and Ryan Miller. As you can see, it's a long trek back up this 9th hole to get to hole 10. 10T is right behind where they just teed off from. Steve and Nick, I don't know about you guys, but I have no gauge on what an 11 and under player would be hitting from 109 yards with this wind. I'm sure it is all over the map, but I'm just so impressed by these competitors. We had 4 pars in that first group of 11 and unders that came through. Really, really impressive.
Sure. Yeah, Rhea, 109 yards.
This ball's
I
headed
think
right edge of the green here. Nice solid shot there. Just a little bit off the right side there, a little bit long, should be puttable from there. It's been interesting to see which players choose chipping or putting from just off the greens here. I feel like I've seen more local players putt from off the greens actually than I have seen chip, so that's interesting. All of these players have started their balls right of the flag. This one just drew. Short middle there. Still green and reg. Great position. We'll take greens in regulation all day long, especially in this wind. Again, we're seeing some variety of clubs being hit in here. This looks to be some sort of hybrid or wood. But to be able to compete in this tournament requires you to be a good golfer, so I'm sure that everybody in this field is accomplished already at such a young age. I think in the meantime we're going to find out a little bit more about Donald Ross, the designer and storied architect of so many of these courses here at Pinehurst.
The iconic place is Pinehurst. The iconic figure most famously bonded with America's cradle of golf is Donald Ross. The Scottish-American course designer came to this country in 1899 and has shaped more than 400 courses, and most notably left his impression here at Pinehurst on No.1 and the renowned No.2. His design style mimics golf and life flawlessly. A natural feel, strategic routing, and crown greens, appealing to the eye, but notoriously difficult to conquer. Ross's fingerprints can be found all over these hallowed grounds, from pictures to his desk and his house that still sits just off of hole 3 on his most famous course, No.2. This week, 300 plus juniors are competing in his honor at the 78th Donald Ross Junior Championship.
Oh, I love learning about Donald Ross and his impact on the game of golf, not only in this area, but all around the country. So cool. He originally laid out this course here. We're over here on the No.4 course. He originally laid this out in 1919. And Gil Hance, about 100 years later, 99 to be exact, in 2018, redesigned this golf course and completely rerouted it. And there's been a few touches in between what Donald Ross did originally and Gil Hance did. Tom Fazio came in and did some work as well. I remember playing on this golf course, or on this site over here on No.4 during the 1994 PGA Junior Championship. So Pinehurst is so just really into the tournament game, the competitive game. I think that's really such a cool part of their legacy. It's not only a place where resort guests and people can come and play all 10 of these golf courses. You know, they can get a sense and they can really go into and hit the shots that Bryson DeChambeau did on the 18th hole at Pinehurst for the U.S. Open, or hit the putt that Payne Stewart holed in 1999. You can walk in the footsteps of greatness here at Pinehurst. I think that's one of the beauties about this property. All right, well, this is the quartet of A.K. Milner, Anthony Avitsky, Lucas Palmer, and William Quartermain. And this should be Lucas Palmer here for his long-range birdie. This is from 60-plus feet from the front edge of this green. That is going to be tough to get in there gimme range, and that's going to be about 7 feet shy for Lucas Palmer's par. All right, they're going to throw some change on that one. They're going to slide the mark over there so William Quartermain can have a run at it. This too from about 50 feet here, just on the left edge of the green. All four players have hit the surface here. Again, the big avoidance here on this 127-yard par 3 is anything right of this hole. You do not want to mess with right here as this one works its way down the hill. Look out! Ooh. Yes, that was a great putt. Could have gone in for the same money, but that'll be an easy par. And this one should be A.K. Milner. This group started on the 13th hole in this shotgun format, so they've played just about 9 holes so far. Here, about halfway through their first round. Again, only 2 rounds of competition here at the Donald Ross Junior Championship. So it's a very quick race. Any high scores, you make a few double bogeys, and you're going to shoot your way out of there. Just not enough time to come back. All right, Anthony Ovitsky here down the hill for his birdie 2 here at the 4th. They played a few holes straight downwind. This is the first one in a couple holes straight back into the wind. It's working down the hill. Will it break left? No, doesn't matter. Won't get there. So Ovitsky, he'll throw a coin on that one, but that'll be an easy tap in. Just trying to get out of the way from Lucas Palmer here. Remember, he was on the front of the green. This for the long range 2-putt here from outside of 60 feet. Ooh. And that one's going to slide by for his bogey. Let's go over to hole 14 on course 5 with Nick Gismondi.
All right, thank you very much, Steve. 3 away here on 14. Aiden So just sent his tee shot a little long, and that's been the classic mix, landing just beyond the pin and finding its way down. Benjamin Allwine is next up. Here's Allwine's shot. He doesn't quite like it, needs it to move a little bit. And this one is long and going to be very difficult, actually. Finds himself in that thick Bermuda that is just back right of the green, and he's got a downhill lie, and he's going to be standing above the ball, and the ball's down in a little bit of a ditch. So Allwine going to have a difficult chip shot to a tough pin position here on number 14. All right, well, everybody heads down this way. Let's head out to the leaderboard and see who is out in front early on right now at the 78th Donald Ross Junior Championship.
Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for our host. This happens to be my good ear, but all I heard then was blah, 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 blah.
Back here with the boys 11 and under group. This is a group of Frank Adams, Ford Bettenhausen, Alex Brigham, Miles Bolden. Frank Adams headed up first. Really impressed with the distance control these younger boys have had, especially considering the range of clubs that they've had into this hole. Frank had a lower shot off that tee. Ended up quite short. Ford Bettenhausen. Left it out to the right here, headed toward that cart path. Ooh, got a friendly kick toward the grass. We are going to send it over to Nick Gismondi to see what's going on the boys' side.
Well, thank you, Riz Scott. Temperature improving, clouds parting, rain not raining. So, yeah, so we got that going for us, which is nice right now. These shots all went long for the most part. The only one that found the green here was Easton Carlson. Trickiest shot, however, is going to be Ben Allwine's. He's over on that far side, just inside the cart path. You can barely see his golf ball. That's how much it's kind of buried in that fluff. Ball is below his feet, in a ditch, buried in fluff. Water would be in play for me here. I mean, that's just so tough because of that pin location. I mean, there's not much you're going to be able to do to get that out of there. It's going to catch that ridge and float down. So you got a tough uphiller. It's going to move from right to left. And that one will be for par. All right, let's check out Aiden So. Just dives this one into the hill. Absolutely wonderfully done. Nicely done there. Pretty good hands for a tap-in par for young Aiden So. Had a chance to hang out with him yesterday during his practice round. His nickname is Boogs, and that's because his dad, when he was little, used to call him a little booger. He liked it. It stuck, and now he's got it stamped on his wedges and blazoned across his bag. By the way, coming up for you, we will have a What's in the Bag with Aiden So. He's lucky enough to take us through his clubs and talk us through some of the things that he's got in there. He's got a couple fun little trinkets, actually. So we'll have that for you, not only on the Baby Grand Instagram and YouTube account, but we'll have that in the show later on today. Our producer, Sean, will find a way to work that in, and you can get to know a little bit more about Aiden So. This brings up Sam Terry. This is for birdie. Just finds himself on the backside there, and that one's going to come up a little bit short. Sam will throw a mark on it, so he's got his putt for par. One more birdie attempt here. This is Easton Carlson. Oh, goodness, and it took a bite out of it. Just a little bit of a lipper. A tap in par for Easton Carlson. All right, a lot of par attempts here. One big long one coming up for Ben Allwine, but let's head over to Steve Scott. He's on course 4, hole 4. Steve?
Thank you, Nick. Thank you. We've got the group of Thomas Randall, Ford Sanders, Oliver Shawn, and Jack Cimarrero here. This wind is still whipping into these players from the left. 127 yards in total here for these players. Maybe just a little chippy 9-iron. One ball already on the green, and I think the sunshine is starting to pop out. It's a very nice thing to see pop out between the clouds. Maybe a little blue sky up there. Only one under par right now is in the lead here in the boys 12 to 14 division. This course number 4 is a stern test, as this one is left of the hole, trying to work its way back. That one will not, though. That will find the green side bunker. Again, Thomas Randall, Ford Sanders, Oliver Shawn, and Jack Cimarrero here on the 4th hole. This group was the second group to tee off on number 13, otherwise known as 13B. Oh, this ball also headed left, worked its way back. That's going to spin down. Will it stay on the green? Oh, that's about to hang on. It's going to hang on. Oh, no. That one could roll 30 feet down the hill. That might be trouble. All right, as this group works their way up to this green here and finds their shots, we will head over to Nick on course number 5.
All right, Baron Vollmer is first to play here. Nick Anderson is in this group. He is at 1 under currently, just one back of the lead in the boys 15 to 18. Baron Vollmer. Harris Camp next up to play. Good swing by Harris Camp. I've been talking to the guys, and they are literally all over the place with clubs on this hole because of the way the wind is blowing. Nice shot there by Harris Camp. A couple guys have hit 6-iron. Most popular club on this hole right now is an 8, and that's a big deal because of the wind. Close second would be that 7-iron. All right, this is Nick Anderson. He's currently sitting at 1 under. He is one back of the leader, who sits at 2 under. A bunch of guys tied at 1 under. Let's see what Nick Anderson has here as the sun begins to break through the clouds here on hole number 14 on course 5. You can hear that wind. It is definitely pushing. Let's see if Nick Anderson can judge it. And just as he hit that, wind died. This one might come up a little short. Oh, no, he's actually caught it long. He's lucky that wind died. So that hit on the green and just sort of rolled off on the back left. So tricky opportunity here for birdie for Nick Anderson if he wants to get back to tied for the lead. Logan Stoney next up to play That sun just popped out here on 14, and the temperature instantly jumped by 10 degrees. I haven't seen it change that quick since the Grinch and Cindy Lou Who. Still relevant. Holidays just barely gone. They're still playing Christmas music here at Pinehurst. Logan Stoney. Yellow ball. Interesting choice. Puts this one right in the middle. And you see these balls not moving too much on this green. It did take a lot of water. Good old rain kind of came through here. So the balls are holding the green when they get them on board. But we've got all four in play. And our group will make their way off the tee down here with a couple looks at birdie and two difficult chips. Over to Steve Scott.
All right, well, we've got all the players up on near the surface right now. We just saw Jack Semeraro, who missed the green to the right. Didn't even take on the flag, played very conservatively, but rightfully so. This is a dangerous hole location, and you just don't want to make a 5 when you get out of position, so sometimes discretion is the better part of valor. And this should be Oliver Shawn here. Missed the green to the left with the tee shot. It was plugged in the bunker. Could only advance it to here. So this is a par effort from the left fringe. And that's going to struggle to get there. Thought it was going to be a lot faster, and that's going to be a good 5 or 6 feet there. Maybe 6 or 7 feet. I think that's what all the kids are saying these days, right? 6, 7. I don't know. There's something about that 6, 7. They make T-shirts about it, and anyway. We'll continue the trend. All right. And this should be Thomas Randall here. Hit the very front edge of the green. This hole is 28 paces back from the front. So, I mean, this is a good 75 feet all the way back there. And that ball went about 65. Complete misjudgment. And it's always tricky to judge that, especially back into the wind. All right, Jack Semeraro here. Excuse me, this should be Ford Sanders here. And this will be for birdie. Oh, we got some cool kicks going on here, too. I don't know if you can get a close-up of those shoes, but those things are sweet. Oh, just inching up there close to the hole. All right, let's head over to Nick Gismondi real quick on course number 5.
All right, thanks, guys. Yeah, that's Nick Anderson's attempt right now at a birdie. So buried a little bit in that rough. You could see it sort of grab. He's 1 under right now, 1 back of the leaders who are currently sitting at 2 under. So Anderson right now has that attempt for a par to stay at 1 under after that tee shot landed on the green and found its way off to the back into that real fluffy stuff. This is Baron Vollmer's attempt as well at a birdie. That was off the green. Tough to judge. Elected to putt it. That pin, obviously, as we've said, still in that real difficult spot. Falls off pretty significantly right there. So tough putt for him for par. both Anderson and Vollmer, who found themselves off of the green, left themselves a little bit of work left to do. Logan Stoney for birdie. Oh, and he's really powered that one through the break. That's going to fall off as well. So another tricky putt here for a par. Nobody making this look easy, that's for sure. All right, Harris Camp. This is his attempted birdie. Yeah, he just didn't see that putt moves right. He doesn't understand. Didn't take a look at it from the other side. Tricky pin location. So everybody has opportunities for par here. Harris Camp, no problem. He just taps that one in, so a par for him. Logan Stoney taking a look at his. This is Baron Vollmer for par. Just dives a little bit left on him, so a bogey for Vollmer. Camp is in for a par. Vollmer in for a bogey. Logan Stoney will be next to play. That's a tricky one there. So another bogey. And Nick Anderson, he was off the green on his tee shot. Has a putt here for par to stay at 1 under and 1 back of the two players currently sitting in that tie for the lead at 2 under. Oof. All right, that's a tough one for Anderson. So he falls back to even right now. Your leader, Carson Kitsley, is through 9 over on the course number 8. Connor Wolf, who just came through here, remains tied for first at 2 under. He's through 6 here on 5. And Dylan Wolf, Trevor Yusi, Nick Anderson, Reed Jesse, Christopher Morrow, and Zach Gladeau all find themselves at 1 under after Anderson just falled back to even. All right, well, we were talking to you before about Aiden So and what was in his bag. We had a chance to, well, do just that and catch up with him yesterday during the practice round.
Nick Gismondi with Aiden So, doing a little what's in the bag here, hanging out on Pinehurst number 5, just making the turn. Aiden, first of all, it's a gorgeous bag.
Oh, thank you.
The thing I like the most is how loyal you are to your club, because I love this logo. So let's start right there. Tell me what club it is.
Yeah.
Tell me where it is, and the logo's awesome.
All right. So I'm from New York.
Okay.
So this club's out in Jersey. It's called Hamilton Farm.
Oh,
Hamilton
yeah.
Farm Country Club. And I really love the logo. It's a great club, great course. So I love to rock it, represent, you know.
How long you been there?
I think we joined 2021.
Okay.
So just 4 years.
Good membership, good golf course.
It's
What's
great.
your favorite
I love
part about
it. The people, it's a great environment. I love the course, but gosh, the par 3 course is amazing there. They have a good par 3 course. It ranges from, I think, 120 to 260 yards. So it's a big course. They maintain it great. It's super fun to play. I love to go out there and just test my irons.
Oh, that's awesome. All right, and speaking of your irons, take me through, first of all, what we got there.
Okay, so for my irons, I'm playing ZXI 5s, the new Strixons.
Okay.
And I love them. I think I play the 7s in the shorter irons.
Okay.
Yeah, and then the 5s in the longer ones for a little more forgiveness.
Okay.
So, I mean, I love them. My favorite part about them is the sole. They have great turf action. They get through the turf so easily. So I switched to them, I don't know, a couple months ago, and I love them.
Custom ferrule, I like that. Is there any
Yeah.
significance to the colors, or?
I love the color blue, as you
Okay.
can tell from
All
my
right,
outfit.
I was
Yeah.
gonna guess that as well.
So,
All right, so you're
it's
blue
cool to
guy.
look
So wherever
down on.
college you go to, it's gonna have to be something blue.
Hopefully.
All right. And how about wedges? Talk to me through your wedges.
So, I mean, I'm just playing Vokies right now.
Okay.
But A unique thing is I chose a wedge for my pitching wedge instead of just like one of the iron pitching wedges.
Okay.
More feel, more control. Because I don't really hit full shots with my wedges, so kind of mess around with half swings.
Okay.
So it's good to have a wedge as a pitching wedge to mess with. My favorite one has to be my 60 degree.
Okay.
It's a weird grind. It's an L grind. Again, it gets through the turf pretty easily for me. It's pretty versatile, so that's my favorite one.
All right, so I see it on your bag and I see it on your wedge. Where'd you get the nickname Boogs?
So my dad, it's from my dad. When I was younger, he used to say I was like a little booger because I was so small. So my nickname, it's Bugs.
It's great though.
So I put it everywhere.
I
Yeah.
mean, hey, own it. You
Yeah, I
gotta own
like it. I mean, it's cool. It's pretty unique, and I mean, as you can see, I have it everywhere.
No, it's awesome. All right.
I have it on my yardage book.
Is it on your yardage book too?
Yeah, it's
All right.
everywhere.
Well, it's a good story. Are you bigger than your dad now?
No.
No. Okay. Talk me
Not
through what's up top here. Your woods.
Yeah, so I play all Titleist woods. A 5-wood, 3-wood, and then this is my driver. I love my driver. It's my favorite.
Best club in the bag.
Yeah, I mean, we had a little bit of issues a couple months ago, but we sorted them out, switched to a cut off the tee.
Yeah, me and my driver, we're not on speaking terms right now, so it's been
Yeah.
tough, but we'll get
mean,
back to it. I
get
think
through it.
we'll talk. We'll
Yeah.
get some therapy sessions, and we'll be all right. And then this guy here, your putter.
Oh. Yeah, so, I mean, I love putters, and I think I get it from my dad. He collects Scotties,
Okay.
and he gave me this one, which is, it's a pretty sweet one.
Let's
if you
see
wanna
this guy.
it.
Let's take this photo.
Yeah.
Oh yes, sir. Nothing like a good Scotty. Nothing like a good Scotty. All right, last question.
Yeah.
You've heard me ask this already, but if I had to find the strangest thing in your bag.
Gosh. Okay, I guess I have 2 for you.
All right, so you guys are great. All right, so let me see what we got.
It's not as good as the last one
Okay.
I heard, but
All right.
all right. So let me find this first one for you, somewhere. In one of
Gorgeous
these
bag, by the way.
folders. Thank you. All right. So the first thing it would be. Let's hope I kept it in here. Oh, it's a Korean coin.
Okay.
So I'm Korean, so I use that to mark my balls sometimes.
Okay. Like
I
that.
think it brings me good luck.
Little heritage. Heritage is a good
then-
thing.
I don't know if I could find it, but it's in here somewhere. Let me see. Yeah, it's a $5 poker chip from Vegas.
Okay, at the
Yeah.
Fountain Blue.
Yeah, I had
All
a
right.
tournament out there, and I asked my dad to get me one. Thought it'd bring me good luck.
Okay.
It didn't.
Well, you get
So-
the bigger chips. Get the black one. Those ones bring you the good luck. You want the black chip. Well, I'm gonna give
But
this
yeah,
back to you.
Those are the 2 coolest things I got.
Buddy, awesome. Thank you
Yeah,
so
thank
much.
you.
And I love how passionate you are about your club. That's awesome.
Thank you.
Good luck this week.
Thank you so much.
All right.
Okay, well, I couldn't agree more. Nothing better than a good Scotty. We got a couple of Scotties on our team, Rhea and Steve. Oh, that's me, I guess. But I love those "What's in the Bag" segments. They're great job, Nick. I love all that cool insight right there. And we're going to see some cool insight right here. We've got Bryce Lloyd, Terrence McCauley, Mac McGirt, and Reed Myers in this quartet of players. And, that last one there, that was McCauley there. That's going to miss that green over to the right. And as the wind starts to really whip here, like everybody's been saying, the sunshine has now popped itself out, but the wind may have increased during that little trade-off there. So nothing simple in this game. I think that's one of the most interesting things about the game of golf is that it's a constant game of adjustment. I will say that all the time. It's these players, you have different temperatures, you have different wind directions, wind velocities. The ball goes different distances throughout the day. It may go short in the morning, and then as we get towards the afternoon portion of the day, as the temperatures warm up, the ball will fly anywhere, 4 or 5, even 10 yards farther than it did in the morning. So the players have to constantly adjust to that, what the elements are bringing them. As these players work their way up, you see 3 of these players with push carts, one carrying their bag. These push carts, very popular. Maybe you don't put as much strain on the back. If you're no compression down there on the back, so always very interesting to see who does what. Sometimes it's almost more difficult with that push cart. It's heavier if the course is very hilly, but if the course is flat, I'll take the push cart over carrying it, I guess. It looks like Mac McGirt down here actually has missed this green. I don't know if our camera's going to be able to pick it up. I mean, there's some, 25, 30 feet below the surface over here on the right side of this fourth hole. And this is really not good. He just has to make sure he gets this ball 15, 20 feet past the hole. Don't even mess with leaving it short. Oh, and that's as good as you can do from down there. Tremendous golf shot. As it looks like he got a little stinger in his hand or something after hitting that, kind of shaking his hand out. But a wonderful shot, only about 10 feet behind the hole. You won't see a whole lot better from down there. This should be Reed Myers here. Yeah, that's a nice effort there from long range. All right, got a little birdie putt right here. This should be Terrence McCauley here. All right, just trying to cozy it in there to par range. All right, excellent putt right there. That was Bryce Lloyd right there. All right, and this is Mac McGirt here. His father, Will McGirt, is just standing by here. PGA Tour winner, Will McGirt. Oh, trying to get that ball up and down. That was a really tough spot to try to get that ball up and down from there for Mac. But some pretty good golfing genes in that family right there for the McGirts. Got to be pretty cool to watch your son All right. All right, these players work their way over to the fifth. Let's head over to Nick Gismondi on course number 5.
Thank you, Steve. A little trouble over here. Nobody can find the aircraft carrier, even though the sun's out. 2 shots already. Samara Sandhu just hit his to the right of the pin. That'll fall off in the hill. That's most likely down in the bunker. I believe Brady McIntyre has put his just over the green. Looks like Tristan Zhang put his over the green. This is Brady McIntyre, and a beautiful shot by him. He stuffed this one tight for a good look at birdie. Nicely done. We already had 1 hole in 1 here today. Well, that would have been something. And that is the 4 off the tee as they make their way down. And 1 real good look at birdie as we send it back to course number 1, hole number 9, where Rhea Scott is standing by.
Back here with the boys 11 and under group. This is William Yoder. Actually, this is Preston Tollner. Good shot there, just right of the flag. Another good look at birdie there. Next to play is one of our 11 and under boys leaders, William Yoder. Williams had a great day so far. He's even par on his round. Another one of these brave kids in shorts today because we've got a little bit of everything. Shorts seems appropriate now though with the sun out. Black squirrel crossing the green here. William taking dead aim. Another great shot. 3 good looks at birdie for the groups of Max Nannon, Preston Tollner, William Yoder. 3 good looks for these guys. We are going to send it over to Steve Scott to check on the boys.
All right, this is the group of Cameron Lee, Jason Leakley, Micaiah Lewis, and Ryan Liu. And this wind has been really steady for these players. Ryan Liu, 1 under par through 10 holes. He is tied for the lead. Only 4 players right now at 1 under par. It's a very strong test of golf here on Pinehurst number 4 today. And this one way up in the air left, though. Wind has grabbed it, and that could plug in the bunker. That is the tough thing about hitting into the wind. When you hit the ball that high into the wind, I'm almost willing to bet that ball has plugged in that left bunker. This one driven down a little lower, but this one is right. Oh, that's not going to be good. That's going to roll all the way down the embankment. That'll be one of those very challenging up and downs there. All right, one more tee shot in this group. And no balls on the surface right now. These players having a rough time here in this quartet. is also pulled left. That may plug in that green side bunker as well. All right, let's head over to Nick Gismondi on course number 5.
All right, thanks, guys. Samar Sandhu off that far side. Yeah, good chip here. That was, well, oh, got away from him a little bit. My bad. I spoke too soon. Thought that was going to be good, but he blew that one past the hole. Real tough. Found him so short-sided there. Brady McIntyre. That was his chip that went over the green, so this is for par. It's got to slow down. Oh! Tried to knock that one in. So Brady McIntyre will have that putt for a bogey. This green changing rapidly. Mentioned just about a half an hour ago that the green was being very receptive, very soft, a lot of pitch marks in it. The ball was staying on. Now all of these tee shots found their way off of the green. That sun's been baking it for a second now, and it really firmed up quick. It didn't get a ton of rain, so I'm not surprised. Samar Sandhu has this for a par. Uphill putt, gonna move left. Yeah, it's got about a 25-footer here, and he's thinking about it because that wind is now also affecting it a little bit. Obviously the flag's out, but it's pushing towards us and to the left, so into his face. All right, Samar Sandhu for par. Got it! Not bad from where he was off the tee. A beautiful par by Sandhu. Nicely done. A 25-footer he just dropped in there. Tristan Zhang taking a good long look at his from all the angles. His is also going to move left. It all falls off that way. Tristan Zhang. Oh. Lips around the edge. That'll be a tap in for bogey. Zach Hamid. How's this left for a par? My mistake. That's a birdie putt for Zach Hamid. He had a beautiful tee shot, put that in perfect position. Some of them are starting to blend together. Absolutely wonderful. Nice birdie there. So Zach Hamid gets one back. And Brady McIntyre finds the bottom of the cup for his bogey. Let's get it out to Steve Scott, where it's a little bit of trouble at the beach today, Steve.
Yeah, they had a couple bunker shots on the left. They both found the putting surface, but they're going to have long ranges for par. 2 balls missed the green on the right. They are darn near touching down here on the embankment. They're just trying to make sure they proceed properly, so they're maybe getting a rules official over here momentarily. But just a really problematic spot to miss the green over here on the right side. Actually, the camera can't even catch where the players are. It's so far below this putting surface here. It's actually where there's a pond down there, and that's actually where the green used to sit here. But Gil Hansen, his redesign in 2018, he said, you know what, I'm going to make this hole a little bit tougher. I'm going to put this up on the hill a little bit more. It's not a long hole. It's only playing 127 yards today, and it can max out at about 153 yards. So it's not an overly long hole. Actually reminds me a little bit of the par 3 7th at the famed Palmetto Golf Club in Aiken, South Carolina. All right, the guys on the green actually are going to give this a putt. That was a... All right, let's watch some girls over the 11 and under group with Rhea.
Fun to see some younger girls out here today. Arya Tsarong hit second there, just right of the green. They're playing this from about 80 yards today. Paris Chen safely on the green there. You'll see her, that red-pink ball on the green, just below and right of that flag. Really good shot there for Paris. And Angelina Chang. This might win my award for most adorable group of the day so far. I just love seeing kids of all ages competing, enjoying the game at this stage. Look at this right at the flag for Angelina. Great shot for Angelina. Two balls on the green for this 11 and under girls group. Let's send it over back to Nick to see what's going on with the boys.
All right, thanks, Rhea. Yeah, next group ready to go here on the tee box. It's Jake Brady, Cameron Sharp, Jake Rideout, and James Fisher. These guys started the day on hole number 5, and they were just about ready to hit, and then the wind picked up. James Fisher first to play. Oh, that wind is gusting. Nicely done. Good shot there. That's actually where the hole-in-one ball landed earlier today and released. That one landed and just stuck. It didn't even budge. Cameron Sharp next up. Beautiful ball here by Sharp. It's just got to sit. Nicely done. Pin high, just on the right side. A couple real good looks at birdie here for the first 3 to go. Beautiful. Well, you don't see a lot of guys wearing shorts out here today. Jake Rideout is one of them. Oh, 3 great golf shots here. Oh, this one is pretty. This one might be a little bit right and short. That one might have found the bunker on the far side. So 3 aboard and 3 birdie putts. And then, well, you know what? Listen, he came dressed for the beach, Jake Rideout, with shorts and a polo on, and he found his way there. Let's head over to Arias Scott, and then we'll come back for our birdie putts.
Again, we've got the girls 11 and under group here. This is Angelina Chang here for her birdie putt. Angelina's probably got about 9 feet. Putt should move from left to right. Wind starting to gust again. Love seeing that little way that Angelina sets herself there before her putt. Kind of tucks her elbows in. And, oh, just a little bit low there, but good run at it. Fun to see the good habits and good routines that these players are already establishing at a young age. Angelina finding that connection there with her arms and elbows kind of tucked into her. Nice little tap in. Great 3 for Angelina. Well done. This is Aria here. She was just off to the right. Little cleanup putt for Aria. Very good. Excellent. Good little hole for our 11 and under girls. We're going to send it over to Nick Gismondi.
All right, thanks, Rhea. Well, like I said, 3 good birdie putt opportunities here, and Jake Rideout, who you see walking towards the pin right now in the white short shirt and the shorts, found himself just a little bit short. I didn't get a chance to run over and check out where his ball was, but I believe he's probably just caught that bunker. This hole's tricky again today, and it's worth repeating, and I know I keep saying it, but the wind playing tricks on him up at the tee box and then back down on here. You've got some glare coming off of that water. The pin's in a tricky position. From the tee box, it looks just super tight, but everybody trying to attack it. So, yeah. Jake Rideout was absolutely in the sand, but this is a nice out by him. Feathers it right up, and he'll have a very nice look at par. Good out for Jake Rideout. That bunker's it's big, but it does have a bit of a lip on it. So that's why players are taking that wider stance. Gives them a nice opportunity to land that, though. Very nice and soft. James Fisher taking a look around his. I think we have the tallest person in this age group, and we have the shortest person in this age group, all playing in the same group. Jake Rideout winning the award for the tallest, and James Fisher winning the award for the shortest. My mistake. This is James Fisher's putt. That was for birdie, and it will just trickle away beyond the hole. So if James Fisher has that left for a par, he'll throw a mark on it. Cameron Sharp, young man, he was over there taking a real good long look at it. Here's Jake Brady. This is his attempt to hit a birdie. Oh, just around the lip. Tough break there. He'll tap this one in for par. That cup has not been kind. Cameron Sharp for birdie. Got it. Nice putt by the young man there, and a par now left for Jake Rideout. All right, Jake Rideout to clean up his par here after the shot out of the bunker. Nice sandy by him. And real quick, we'll get it over to Rhea Scott, who's got some birdie putts.
Continuing with the boys 11 and under group. This is a group of Bram Patrick, Burke Phipps, Timothy Randall. Timothy Randall there with his look at birdie. Yeah, that's another one that people have had a hard time gauging just how fast or how slow that is from there above the hole. You'd think it'd just be a little bit faster, but it really hasn't been. Here's Burke Phipps, tied for third currently in this division. Love the swagger that this young man has, also carrying his golf bag. And I believe no caddy, so that's pretty rare for this 11 and under division. Love to see that independence at this young age. Confident putt there, too much speed. Again, he'll have some work to do, but nothing he can't handle. Timothy Randall chipped it up to here. Ooh, good try for Timothy there. Love that Timothy was ready to go when it was his turn. I think Steve Scott would like Timothy Randall's shoes over here. Some pretty good shoe game by Timothy. Here's Bram getting cleaned up. Oh, just left it on the left side there. Misread that one a little bit. Again, we haven't seen too many birdies considering how accessible this green has been and how soft the green has held. Burke Patrick's going to want that one back there. We're going to kick it back to Steve. Looking at the 12 to 14 boys on hole 4, course 4.
Okay. We've got the quartet of Braden Kimmett, Wells King, Hudson Knapp, and Hudson Kohout here. And we've got one of these guys missed the green over here on this right-hand side. Just in the trouble spot. With this dormant Bermuda grass, the ball just completely rolls way down this hill. The only maybe saving grace is slightly back into the wind, if anything, a little right to left on the wind, but that ball is sailing long. That may go in the bunker. Oh boy. All right, well, that's going to be a tricky bunker shot right now. Cross the green, that'll be a third shot coming up and down for bogey. Yeah, 2 under par right now, leading the way in this boys 12 to 14 age division. All right, this should be Wells King right here, with a very tricky chip for his second. Ooh, take it upstairs a little with a little spin. That's not quite that fast. Still a pretty good effort, though. That was really well done. That ball got a lot of run out there going down that hill. Still have about 8 feet, though. And that was Hudson Knapp right there with his third. That was a really nicely played bunker shot there. But that'll be for bogey from about 8 feet. And this is Braden Kimmett here. From the front edge of this green, this is some 60 feet away as the wind really starts to whip. There's players battling all the elements today, but it's starting to get a little warmer out, which is pretty pleasant for these players as they navigate their way around this very difficult golf course. This foursome of players teed off on the 10th hole. So they're working their way towards the end of their round here, and that's pretty well done for Braden. Anything 2-3 over par is a really good score today. This is Hudson Cohout here. Just working down the hill. Wind left to right. Slope should take this ball left to right. It didn't quite have enough enthusiasm coming down the hill. That'll be about 3 feet shy. All right, let's check out some girls' birdie putts there with Rhea on course number 1.
We are back with the girls. Just off the green here on the right. This is the group of Zoe Meldrum, Grace Roberts, Brady Wolf, and Rory Lynch. We've seen some pretty good shots here from just off the right. A lot of these chip shots, considering not a lot of green to work with, but it is nice and uphill and hitting soft. We've seen equal success here with putts from off the green and some chips as well. Looks like Grace Roberts will be first to putt her birdie. Grace with a really good look at it here. Straight up the hill, should break from left to right. Probably about 12 feet for Grace. And just left it out there. Just me, or is the sun being out? But the compromise is the wind's gotten gustier and a little more challenging. Clean up par here. Oh, good run at it. These players finding a little more consistency in the speed of the greens now that the wind has dried it out a little bit more. Just that top moisture is kind of gone from the greens when they're putting. This is Rory Lynch here. She hit probably one of the best shots I've seen all day. Great look at birdie. Rory's got about 5 feet here. It's been a tricky read for quite a lot of players, so hope Rory can roll this one in. And she does! Great putt for Rory. Love seeing the big smiles as they walk off the green. We are going to send it over to Nick Gismondi to check on the boys.
All right, thanks, Rhea. Cannon Moriarty has this attempt for birdie after he put his tee shot back on the back left of the green. This putt is going to break to the left uphill. Nice attempt at it right here. So that left for par for Cannon Moriarty. Brendan Bill had a difficult little chip attempt, but he put this one. At least you're trying to put it to the center of that green, but it falls off on that hill. So a tricky one here. Well, he just got an education. So couldn't believe he couldn't get it there, so he's got that left to tap in. Tricky little bogey there. Missing this green, as easy as this hole is, can lead to some numbers. This leaves Zhang. And he's got this for birdie. We've seen this putt so many times already. Zhang for a birdie, and he has blown this one by a little bit. He's going to have to give a little comebacker here. Those are the ones you start to think about a little bit. I believe Rhea said it earlier in our pregame show. Sometimes you're trying a little too hard for the birdies when, if you just play it smart, easy pars are never a bad thing. This isn't a hard par, but it isn't a tap in either. All right, confidently Zhang puts it in, and they will move on. Let's go out to Rhea. She's on number 1 with the girls and the leader on the tee box. Rhea?
Addison Garner here on the tee. She's leading our 12 to 14 girls division. She's only 2 over on the day. 1 shot lead over Min Lin U. Looking really good for Addison. It's a little bit long, but should still be a nice look at it. Hope Addison can get gauge of that speed, because that's that putt that people have had a really hard time just gauging. It's downhill, but it's not quite as fast as people think it is. Addison with a little jog off that tee. Again, these players are having to walk back up to 10 tee directly behind this 9th tee after they complete this hole. Fun little corner here. We are going to send it over to Nick Gismondi to see some shots with the boys.
Well, it's a 3-ball right now, and these guys started on hole number 4. This is the second group that was off hole number 4. We had one go right out of bounds, so it's a re-tee here, but it is a 3-ball. It's Winston Thomas, Carson Higginbotham, and Liam Hooten. Hooten hitting now. Ooh, he needs this to move. And sit down. That one was right at our cameraman, Stan. That'll find its way just past the cart path. Common miss here. That one, the longest one we've seen land just past the green. So a difficult shot. And here's the re-tee. Brendan. That's Hooten. And a good chance to still make a 4 indeed. Well played there.
All right, Rhea, back to you. Getting interesting over here at 14 with the wind.
Wind certainly is picking up here as well. Carly Copeland there. Oh, actually, I'm sorry, that was Ava Emerson putting from back left corner of the green. Again, really challenging putt. You're just trying to get it in a good speed range there. And I'd say she's pretty successful from that range. Here's our leader, Addison Garner, with her look at birdie. Addison's had a really nice day today. Really solid. Again, only 2 over on the day in some challenging conditions. With this being only a 2-round event, every single one counts, as it always does. Again, Addison also left that a little bit short. That putt just, people are having a hard time hitting that hard enough. Carly Copeland for her birdie. Let's see what kind of speed Carly can put on this one. Looking good for Carly. Oh, looked good for so long there. As she taps in for her par, we will send it over to Steve on course number 4.
All right, well, we've got a couple guys who are, 2 of the 3 players that are under par in this tournament right now are in this quartet of players. We have Joshua Hong, Hudson Hurt, Levi Jamieson, who just putted there, and Justin Jang. And this is Joshua Hong right here. He's putting for birdie. That will not go in, but nice effort nonetheless. 1 under par for his tournament so far is Joshua Hong. All right, now Hudson Hurt, our leader by a shot. He's got 2 birdies, no bogeys on the day. This to maintain that bogey-free stead here in round number 1. Playing an excellent round of golf is Hudson. Oh yes, maintains the run right now. Only 4 holes to play for our leader, and this foursome right here, 5, 6, 7, and 8 will be the holes that they will finish up on as this wind continues to pound the property here at Pinehurst. That's Justin Jang right there. All right, let's head back to Nick right now on the 5th.
All right, thanks, Steve. Yeah, Carson Higginbotham has just chipped on to the green for his 3rd shot. So he's got a putt for bogey. This long putt coming up. And it's on the far side. Liam Hooten. Nice young man playing in the Donald Ross Junior Championship for the first time. Had an opportunity to meet him yesterday in the world-famous Deuce Bar and Grill off 18. This is his putt for birdie. Just talked to his dad. Had a little bit of driver trouble, but does he itch this one in for birdie? No. But a great putt. And it's a tap-in par for the young Liam Hooten. He'll take that flagstick out, get the cleanup done, and it's a par for Liam Hooten here at the par 3 14th on number 5. Winston Thomas's first shot went out of bounds to the right. So this is his attempt to save bogey, and what a bogey save it would be. Unfortunately, it just won't move on him, and it's a tap-in double after his tee shot went OB to the right into the houses. Carson Higginbotham has this left for a bogey after he went long and over the cart path. His chip came up short, and this is where his chip landed once he hit his second. So on in 3, putting for 4. Not an easy bogey putt. Good save right there by Higginbotham. That's a nice 4 after a couple of tough chips. This wind getting a little fierce on number 5, Mr. Steve Scott.
Yeah, I think you're sending it our way here, too, on this 127-yard par 3. And this one is headed left. And watch, those balls could plug in that bunker. This is the quartet of Colton Johnson, Michael Jordan, yeah, J.T. Kelly, and Beckham Kim. All right. Let's see how they all come through here on this par 3, playing very tough. Only seeing 2 birdies so far today on this hole, despite its short length of only 127 yards. It's just some treachery if you miss the green. Wind coming basically dead into the players right now. It was cross and hurting earlier. I almost think this is a little bit easier, just working straight into the players. Tough to get the ball all the way back to the hole as well. A lot of balls coming up 30, 40 feet short here. Players have played the last 2 holes straight downwind. This one turning back into this westerly wind here, and it is a fierce day. Hopefully the wind will die down a little for these players as they go. You're probably hearing it through my microphone. It's just it is really something out here right now. Players having to hit a lot of knockdown shots, a lot of controlling distances. I always thought these days where the wind was blowing like this really separated the field. And it certainly does. I mean, Hudson Hurd, who just came through here, he's really putting a hurting on this field as far as, and there's only 3 players under par right now. Hudson Hurd, Jack Cole, and Joshua Hong. All right, well, we're going to send it over to Rhea on course number 1 with the girls.
Berkeley Hundley here with her birdie putt. Again, nice and uphill, right up the chute. The nuances to this break, again, been a challenging one for people to just figure out. Come on, Berkeley. Pulling for a girl whose name is similar to my alma maters there, University of California, Berkeley. She spells her name a little bit differently, though. Moving her spot for Min-Lin Oo. Min-Lin has this putt to actually tie for the lead. She's only 1 shot back of Addison Garner. Min-Lin wasting no time. I love it. Good run for Min-Lin. Didn't quite get it there. Left it out and a little bit long. Really quick aim point process for Min-Lin. Just really decisive. I like that. She even stepped up on the tee really quickly. Sometimes I wish older golfers would putt with the same athleticism and decisiveness as our youth. Min-Lin, should say 1 shot back of the lead. Right in the thick of things. Here's Berkeley to clean up her par. Very good. Couple pars there. And Esther Lewandowski. Looks like another player with a lab putter. I've seen quite a few of these lab putters here on the younger age division. Good. 3 pars for this crew. We're going to send it over to Steve Scott, see what's going on in the boys 12 to 14 division.
All right, this should be Michael Jordan right here. That was pretty well done right there to get that ball all releasing. Now these balls are plugged over in this bunker over here, and there is nothing good about this now. This is J.T. Kelly. Ooh, that ball was plugged too, and he got way too much ball. That's going to go all the way down the hill. That is going to be more problems than he asked for. I'm going to see where that ball ended up. That thing is way down there. Yeah, that is going to be some 30, 40 yards almost for his third shot. Someday to play out here. These junior golfers on all these courses, they are learning a lot about themselves and a lot about their games on a day like this. I think even us announcers are learning something about ourselves here today as well. This is just, this is really some day of golf to control your golf ball, control your emotions with all the problems that can happen in a round of golf. This is, it's a trying day, a lot of trials and tribulations, let's say. All right, now they're putting the flagstick back in. J.T. Kelly, he is going to try to navigate his third here from some 25 feet below the surface of this green and 30 yards away. This is a very hard shot right here. On a scale from 1 to 10 to get this ball within 15 feet. I mean, you're looking at a 9.7 or 8 in difficulty right here. And you could miss the green just as easy as you could hit it. Oh, that's going to come in low and skate across the green. It will find the surface, though. But that will be a bogey effort from some 40 feet there for J.T. Kelly. Having a tough go of it at the moment here on the very short and stern fourth hole here at Pinehurst number 4. All right, this should be Colton Johnson here in the all black with the white shoes. Let's see if he can make a 2 here on this par 3. Plenty of speed. That ball might have to take a seat as the ball runs through the shadows there. Coming from the sunshine to the shade back here in the back right portion of this fourth green. All right, this is Beckham Kim here. He's trying to figure out how this ball can get into the hole with this wind blowing back into his face. All right, let's head over to course 5 and Nick Gismondi.
Thanks, guys. Tough chip here for Robbie Lamb. He went wide of the green but didn't get any release, so really had a weird lie there. Ball was below his feet, downhill, had to shorten his stance because of the cart path, so just a bit of a chunk shot there. So he still finds himself not on the green. Everybody went a little bit long here. This is Christian Yoder, his tee shot, so this is his second. This has definitely been the miss. If you attack that pin and you misjudge the wind, you're going to find yourself way on this backside or over that cart path. We've seen that more than a few times today. Also, this wind is really howling, so you got debris and leaves kind of falling all over the place. The leaf just jumped right in front of him as he hit that, and this one will just go a little over the hole, but he was already in his backswing there. Not much he's going to do there, so Yoder has that for par. And this is Robbie Lamb for par. Oof, he hit that one real firm. It did not check as much as he thought. I'm pretty sure he was angling to put that thing in the side of the hill, but it jumped a little bit on him, so he's got a tricky comeback here. Tough one for bogey. This hole was playing really easy until the wind picked up, and now it has gotten exponentially harder. I doubt this is playing as the 18th handicap now. Connor Henry. His attempt at it will come up just a little short, so at least a par putt there. Everybody else putting for bogey. Emmett Walsh. That was a par putt, my apologies, so he'll have that for bogey. So everybody looking at a bogey putt here, except for Connor Henry. Connor Henry in the black shirt. He's got a chance at par. Robbie Lamb trying to save a bogey. Oh. And another double here as it starts to get a little messy on 14. Christian Yoder also for bogey after his tee shot missed the green. Yoder, oh goodness gracious. Carnage on 14 right now. Well, I'll tell you something, the wind wreaking havoc on the golfers, the clouds wreaking havoc on the camera operators. Bogey there for Emmett Walsh, and the par attempt now for Connor Henry.
Connor Henry figured out how to get it done. Everybody else is happy to walk away from this one, and we'll send it out to Rhea Scott.
Back with the girls here, 12 to 14 age division. This is Cassidy Chang with her putt from the center of the green there. She will have that about 4 feet left for her par. Puts a spot on that as Caitlin Bodge is next to putt. Caitlin actually chipped it up to here from just short right of the green. I'm going to take a wild guess that Caitlin and Kirsten are related. Kirsten in the upper age division, also from Pennsylvania. Wasting no time. Bryn Brandt lining this up for her birdie. A lot of people from that side just leaving their putts a little bit low, under reading, just like Bryn did there. And Jocelyn Bannon hit a great shot into here. Did she make that? All right, Jocelyn rolled it in. Again, seen some rare twos on this hole. Really impressed by the distance control of these young women into these greens. Been seeing more and more knockdown shots. I saw Cassidy hit a knockdown shot. She's cleaning this up for her par. Considering the wind conditions, the gusting in and out, I know we've been talking about it all day, but really, really impressed with how many greens in regulation have been hit. So that's a really good 2-putt for Cassidy from where she was putting from. And Caitlin Bodge here getting cleaned up with her putt for bogey. Caitlin will certainly want one more back there. This is Bryn Brandt getting cleaned up for her par. And let's take a look at the leaderboard in this 78th Donald Ross Junior Championship.
Okay, this is the foursome of Jake Hendrick, Conrad Henguler, Noah Hollinger, and Camden Honeycutt. And it is some afternoon right now. This wind has increased. The scores have increased. These players just trying to figure things out here, trying to move a few things off the green, but it's almost to no avail because more wind is just going to blow more leaves and pine needles back onto the green, so I don't think that will do a whole lot. And this should be Conrad Hengeler. He should be first, but from the front portion of the green. Okay, yep, Conrad is going to go first. And this from some 45 feet away. Most players have left this putt short. That's pretty well done there. Now this is Camden Honeycutt. He is 1 over par right now. Tied for 7th at the moment, only 3 strokes behind. This for birdie from across the green. Oh, and he severely misjudged that one. That wind definitely played a factor in that speed misjudgment there for Camden Honeycutt. That will be a lengthy par effort from some 10 feet. All right, Jake Hendrick right here. Yeah, first man I've seen today in the bucket cap. I would think that thing would blow off, but maybe he's got that thing extra tight on his head somehow, some way. Maybe do what Indiana Jones did, put a little super glue on it. Made sure it stayed on his head. On a day like this, those things go flying as helicopters flying overhead, all sorts of distractions for these players. Let's see if Jake Hendrick can roll it in. Yes! Emphatically with the fist pump. That's only the 3rd birdie we've seen today. And he is pumped right now. That is a great birdie putt for Jake Hendrick right there. Love that enthusiasm for the game. That Camden Honeycutt there, no, that one does not fall for Camden. And he will most likely clean up there for his bogey. One more putt here for Noah Hollinger. That's back right pin position here in the shadows. Always tough to judge the break when you're putting through the shadows. All right, that's going to be a bogey there. And let's head over to Nick on course number 5.
All right, thanks, Steve. Yeah, I heard that helicopter coming overhead. I assume that was yours. Big star, Steve Scott, Rhea Scott. I mean, nothing but the best here at Baby Grand for the Scots. 14 and the wind is getting brutal. Drew Rice just had a putt for birdie. He found himself safely aboard, but came up short up that hill. And now this is Elliott Skinner for birdie. And that's just going to miss on the high side. So Elliott Skinner will tap in for a par. He's just going to finish that off. All right, so Elliott Skinner walks away unscathed. McKinley Yarbar next to putt. This also for a birdie. Uphill, right to left. Gonna need some pace. The screen has picked itself up, but that is significantly uphill. Yes! Got it! McKinley Yarbrough Beauty of a putt. And a nice birdie for him. This is Trip Stacy. Also for birdie. Oh, he knew it too. Needed it to move just a little left, so it's a tap-in par. Andrew Rice with a long par putt left here. Drew Rice for par, and that one just didn't move at all on him. So I'll have to tap in for a bogey there, and we go back to Pinehurst #1, hole number 9, and the Rhea Scott.
Thanks, Nick. We've got Christine Park here. She just backed off this putt just with a gust of wind. Maybe a little indecisive there. Didn't hit it as the distance that she would have liked. Left herself about 4.5, 5 feet there. It's going to be a good bit to clean up for Christine. Christine is tied for 7th right now, 4 over on the day. This is the older age division, the girls 15 to 18. They're playing this from 126 yards today. We've seen a lot of movement up and down these tee boxes. It's been fun to see. This is Taylor Pike here. She had a great shot in. She's just got under 15 feet for her birdie. Taylor with a good effort there. You know, Steve and Nick, I keep thinking it's the windiest time of the day, and then 5 minutes later it feels like it just gets windier. Again, wind gusts up to 35, 38 miles an hour.
Yeah, Rhea, it's drastically different over here at 14. It's a raised tee box, and this green sits down in a little bit of a gully, and it's gusting about 40 miles an hour up at the top of the tee box. I just heard from my spotter, whereas down here, the flag isn't even barely trickling at the moment, and it keeps changing on the players. So it has been an interesting one. This is definitely a tougher test than I think they bargained for coming into the 18 handicap hole here on number 5.
Yeah, we don't have as much elevation change here on the 9th hole. That was Anna Norris there. She just 2-putted for her par. She's also tied for 7th, 4 over on the day. Elevation change, the ups, the downs, the gusts. I think whoever wins this tournament is going to be a very, very worthy champion. This is Christine Park here, getting cleaned up for her par. Should move from left to right for Christine. Great putt for Christine. A little shake of the head. We're going to send things over to Steve Scott to see the boys 12 to 14 age division.
All right, just a few more groups coming through this 4th hole here the day. Only 2 more groups after this one. This one is the group of Tobias Gordick Ronderos, Winston Grabenhorst, Simon Hall, and Gordon Hahn. 3 of the 4 players have hit the green. Simon Hall missed the green, but hit a wonderful pitch from the low area. He's got about 10 feet for his par. one of the best shots we've seen from that low area today. Yeah, just to find the surface. Again, 127 yards. If you're just joining us, 127 yards. This should be a pitching wedge for these players. And today they're trying to just chip little 8-irons through the wind and try to make sure the ball doesn't get up floating on the wind. And that is the big shot that they're trying to figure out here today. Here at the perched up green. Here at the 4th hole on number 4. I think it's so cool. We got all this coverage from all of these courses here at Pinehurst today. All right, this is Gordon Hahn over here for the long-range birdie from the left edge of the green with the olive-colored pants. And maybe we'll call that almost like army green, we'll call that. And that's going to pull up about 8 feet short for Gordon.